Day 2 of the Big Ten Pac-12 Challenge, and it's Ohio State and UCLA to open things up here inside Rec Hall. Good afternoon, everybody. David Hadar alongside Andrew Destin as we welcome you here into Happy Valley for what should be another fun afternoon of volleyball. On Friday, the East Coast schools taking care of their business against the West Coast as Ohio State swept USC and the Nittany Lions of Penn State swept the UCLA Bruins.
Yeah.
State College, Pennsylvania, the site of the 5th annual Big Ten Pac-12 Challenge as we welcome you here inside historic Rec Hall. Good evening, everybody. David Hadar alongside Andrew Destin as the Ohio State Buckeyes and the USC Trojans just about ready to get this first match of what should be an exciting weekend of volleyball underway here in Happy Valley. Back here in the middle of set number 2, Nittany Lions leading 14-9. David Hadar alongside Chris Hess here from Happy Valley as the Nittany Lions lead 1-0 as well in this match. Penn State needs the win tonight to clinch a share of the Big Ten title with Wisconsin. And out of the break, it'll be Gabby Blossom to serve for Penn State. Minnesota hitting just 167 tonight, 19 kills with 10 hitting errors on 54 attacks. A lot of those hitting errors have come in the last few points, especially in this set. As the serve received by Rollins from the left side, Alexis Hart on the cross-court attack where it's dug by a diving Hampton and now tipped over from Kathy to Hart. Slide for Pittman who goes cross-court and then Blossom with the overpass. It nearly landed inbounds, but it lands on the blue border around the floor, and it's center 14.
Valiant effort there by Gabby Blossom. A little bit out of position first, but knows she had to go back to her spot on the floor. And as soon as she turns around to get herself set, ball just bounces right off her chest. Great effort there by the setter Blossom.
The last time Minnesota hit below 200 in a match was back on October 19th against Illinois. They hit 185, currently hitting 179 in this match as the tip will come from Serena Gray, and Pittman can't get the pancake dig, and it's now 15-10 as Serena Gray brings the Nittany Lions 10 points away from the second set.
Minnesota defense once again out of position. They know that Serena Gray can mix it up, and she makes it pretty obvious too. But the Minnesota defense really just needs to slow themselves down and just get themselves in position.
6 kills tonight for Serena Gray. Her and fellow middle blocker Caitlin Hort are tied for the team lead in terms of kills. And then the attack from Alexis Hart paints the line in the back row and makes it 11-15.
Not only was that a good hit by Hart, too, she got a touch as well off the block. So the ball slowed down just a little bit. It may have looked like it was going out, but the slowing it down was able to make it clip the line. Lines judge said that there was a touch as well.
Hart, who wears the leggings down to the knees, so a little bit of a different look from her. It's to the left side. Johnny Parker now. Down the middle, it'll be dug by Rollins, and a bump set from McGraw. Out of system, blocked back here by Penn State, and it's covered by Rollins. This time they go to Taylor Morgan from center court, and it drops. Morgan will pick up the kill. It's her third of the match, and it's 12-15. Gophers hanging around, trailing by 3.
That was a good job by Minnesota. They're finding that spot in the defense. Kendall White and Jenna Hampton were in good position, but they just the ball just kind of found the middle between them, and probably one of the better shots that Minnesota's had tonight.
Serving now for Minnesota, their setter Kylie Miller, as down the line will be received by Hampton, and it's an overpass, and it's tipped right back down from Alexis Hart. Too easy from the Gophers, as Alexis Hart now with 8 kills on the match, 7 kills on the match. It's 13-15, and Minnesota all of a sudden just trails by 2 off of 3 straight points.
This could get very interesting and very exciting, and I'm so ready for it.
Kylie Miller from the right side off the tape, and it's going to be the first ace of the night for Minnesota. Kylie Miller's 15th of the year makes it a 14-15 match now, and all of a sudden the Gophers are just down by 1.
And Parker just started second-guessing herself on that return opportunity. The ball was dancing on the tape, and she kind of hesitated.
Kylie Miller again from the right side down the line where it's received by Hampton to center court. Tipped here from Caitlin Hord where it's dug initially by Samity and then tapped over somehow on a free ball by CeCe McGraw. And then Caitlin Hord's going to attack CeCe McGraw. McGraw barely back on her feet, and Hord takes advantage of the libero who was not ready for the attack. Great job of court awareness there from Hord to make it 16-14 and stop the run
That's high volleyball IQ right there, just dumping it right in front of the libero who's out of position, scrambling to just get back on her feet. You just pick on whoever's down.
Emily Shura into the match now, fresh off of 7 digs last night, and she got a huge ovation coming into the match, but she puts the serve into the net, but Shura will stay in the back row to play as a defensive specialist for the Nittany Lions. 15-16, the Gophers trail by 1. As Kilkelly into serve now for Minnesota. She's really the only freshman who sees a good bit of playing time for Hugh McCutcheon's team, and she's going to pick up the second ace of the night and tie things up now at 16 as the serve received by Shura, and then it went into the antenna and out of play. So 2 aces on the night now for Minnesota. Kilkelly, her 16th of the season, and it brings us even at 16.
If Kilkelly's the only freshman playing at a school like Minnesota, you know she's doing something right.
Well, the Gophers a very veteran team as a back set to the right side. Roll shot from Parker, cross-court attack where it's dug by Miller. Left side, a roll shot going to come from Rollins as at the net, a tip from Caitlin Horde where it's dug by Samity. Tapped over by Morgan and dug by Blossom. Left side, it's going to be Grell on the attack, but before that, double contact whistled on Penn State as they went out of system, and Minnesota back on top now for the first time since it was 2-1 at the beginning of this set.
Yeah, Parker had one foot out in front of the other. You got to have your feet square if you're going to try and make a set like that, and she just started fumbling the ball a little bit.
Serve off the top of the tape, received by Holcomb, and it goes out of play. Kilkelly with another ace here through this rotation. 18-16, and the Gophers lead by 2. Again, they've won 4 straight on another scoring run here, and the crowd's trying to help Penn State get back into it, but before that, Coach Russrow is going to call his first timeout of the night as the Gophers all of a sudden storming back and leading by 2.
Kilkelly was a finalist for the Miss Bodden Award for one of the top high school players in Minnesota. So if you're, like I had mentioned, if you're playing on a veteran team like Minnesota as a freshman and making an impact, you're clearly doing something right. And she was one of the most sought-after recruits in the country last year.
Kilkelly, who also played actually outside hitter in high school, a 5'9" defensive specialist for Hugh McCutcheon's team, but a very versatile athlete at that as well. Again, she's picked up 2 service aces here to bring her up to 17 on the season. Penn State in inability right now, and all of a sudden they've gone cold from the field as the last few points have gone to the Gophers. 4 straight here from Minnesota, and after Penn State led by 5, 14-9. They've only been able to score 2 points since.
Penn State just needs to relax at this point. Just take it easy, take a deep breath. And Coach Rose is a guy that just knows how to get the best out of every single player on the floor. He's telling his players, just breathe, get yourselves back out there, stick to the fundamentals. They'll go over a little bit of coverages, make sure they're crisp on those. And just they know that Minnesota is also a team that won't back down. So these next few sets are going to be dogfights.
Gophers trying to bring this match even at 1 set apiece. Nittany Lions took the first 25-19. Rec Hall, a building that the Minnesota team has not won in since 2004. 0 for their last 13 here in Happy Valley. And Kilkelly will continue to serve as we come out of the break. Each team with 1 timeout left in this set as Kilkelly from the right side. 18-16, the Gophers leading as it will be received by White. Center court, Caitlin Horde. No shocker from Rostrows. Draws it up in the huddle and goes right to his best attacker tonight. Caitlin Horde out of the break, and she has 8 kills now on the night.
And that's exactly what Penn State needed to do. Get it to your best hitter and let her take care of the business right there.
17-18, the Nittany Lions stop the Minnesota scoring run. It's from the right side. Parker at center court, going to be received by McGraw, and then Samity goes 2 rows deep to try and keep it alive, but can't get it can't keep it up. And it's 18-all as Johnny Parker has her second ace tonight.
It's a fantastic effort there by Samity going into the stands and knocking over the poor family that was sitting in the front row. But sometimes you gotta put your body on the line.
The Wrecking Crew raising the ace cards after that serve. As from the right side, Samity going to be blocked back, but it's going to go well out of play off of the arms of Tori Gorell. So it gives the Gophers the lead again here, 19-18.
When the block goes up high and all over the place like that, that typically means you're mistiming your jump and you're hitting it as the ball is hitting you as you're going up, and it just shoots straight up in whatever direction.
McGraw from the left side now, where it's received down the middle by Holcomb off the top of the block. Horde's attack will be dug down the middle by Miller. Right side, Samity, and she goes cross court, and it falls down in front of Johnny Parker. And Minnesota again leading by 20-18.
That ball had a little bit of extra juice on it, and Parker in good position once again, just couldn't pop it up.
Samity now 7 kills on the match. She's hitting .400. The star player for Hugh McCutcheon's team is the serve down the line, received by Holcomb to the left side. It's going to be punched across by Tori Garrell. It's dug by Kilkelly, and then a free ball going to come now from Rollins to the Nittany Lions. Left side, Garrell goes cross court again, punched alive by Rollins, and then a punch set, if you want to call it that, from Samity. Another free ball to Penn State. Dumped into the back row by Blossom. It's going to be dug by McGraw. Right side, Samity cross court. It's an overpass from Johnny Parker. It's out of play, and the Gophers have their largest lead since the first set. They lead by 3.
It looks like the Gophers have also been doing a good job in that huddle when they've had the timeout of cleaning up their defensive coverages. Blossom once again on that sequence found a spot in the middle, but Cece McGraw was there to dig it right out. She was in perfect position.
So after Johnny Parker had a couple of balls come to her that she was unable to keep in play, Coach Rose is going to bring McCall Pete in now to play in the back row. The first freshman to play tonight for Penn State. Left side, it's Garrell cross court, and it'll be dug by McGraw at the edge of the line, the inbounds line. It's Miller on the set, and then Adana Rollins incredibly lucky on that ball as the set came to her and she kind of bumped it in the air. It was coming down right on the net, and Penn State wasn't sure whether or not to play it because it looked like it had a chance to fall either on the Gophers side or on the net. Instead, it does fall on the Nittany Lions side, and Coach Rose is going to use his second timeout now of this set after the Gophers now by 4, 22-18. Welcome back into the Bryce Jordan Center. David Hadar alongside Will Desitel here as early on. 6-6 our score with 15:51 to go in this opening half. Will, just before we went to break, Kofi Coburn picks up his second foul of the ball game. We may not see for the rest of this first half.
Yeah, that's huge for Penn State, no doubt about it. Hara got yanked in about the first minute of the game there just because while he's gotten a lot on effort this year, he's just no match athletically for Coburn, so you put Watkins in the game right away. And I don't know about that second foul on Coburn. It looked like Watkins kind of just lost his footing, but nonetheless, a huge break for Penn State as now they have the ability to go down low to Watkins and establish an interior presence without Coburn in there.
We may see Georgie Bashanishvili for the first time this evening, the 6'9 sophomore out of Rustavi, Georgia. For Bashanishvili, this is the second straight game in which he isn't starting. Rutgers was the first game of his career where he didn't have a start, but he did play well off the bench, and it's something that head coach Brad Underwood talked about for the Illini, maybe bringing him off the bench more throughout the season as he struggled a little bit more here in his sophomore season in Champaign. So the cheerleaders will clear the floor now. The Illini back out. As on the floor for them, we're going to see a couple of changes. As I mentioned, Bashanishvili in. We also have Alan Griffin in for the first time this evening, as well as Kipper Nichols. We've also still got Ayo Dosumu and Trent Frazier. On the floor for the Nittany Lions will be Mike Watkins, Lamar Stevens, and then Curtis Jones Jr., Isaiah Brockington, both checking into the ball game. Miles Dredd will stay in as well. So Lamar Stevens will inbound just to the left of the basket. He gets it into Mike Watkins in the left, or in the right corner, I should say. And now Jones Jr. at the top of the key with it. Gives it off to Isaiah Brockington. Down low now to Mike Watkins, who takes Bashanishvili immediately and gets it around him for his first basket of the evening.
That's smart right there, recognizing Coburn not in the game, so immediately you go down low to the big fella, let him get to work right away.
Trent Frazier running the point now as he gives it off to Dosumu. Left wing, he drives, dribbles right, and at the right elbow, he'll pull back out to the top of the key. Guarded by Mike Watkins, tries to get around him, but he can't as he gives it off to Trent Frazier, who works from right to left on the floor. 9 seconds to go in the shot clock. Penn State's done a good job of getting the Illini late in the clock, but then Trent Frazier pulls up from just behind the left elbow and knocks it down to even the score at 8-8. Another good answer there by Illinois. Isaiah Brockington now going to drive to the basket, up and around, and as he puts the shot up, he gets fouled. Can't get the bucket to go, but the Nittany Lions will be at the free throw line for the first time this evening.
Brockington has provided a really nice spark off the bench for Penn State offensively this year. He's just so athletic, finds his way to the rim almost at will, and is an acrobatic finisher once he gets to the basket.
Brockington had 7 points and 5 rebounds on Saturday against Northwestern. There's a couple of dribbles now. And the lefty puts the shot up, in and out. And so both teams 0-1 from the free throw line early in this ball game. Brockington, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. Second one up, and that one switches through to give Penn State the 1-point edge, 9-8. So the Illini here with 15 minutes to go in the first half. Early on, Illinois shooting, actually both teams shooting at a 57% clip, as Frazier just across the timeline. He's guarded by Brockington, trying to get a screen. He'll get it from Bashanishvili as he drives to his left. Immediately double team as now to the left wing. Dosumu fakes the three and gets it in low to Bashanishvili. Fakes the pass out. He's going to take Watkins. The jump hook up. Loose ball batted around, and then it's brought down by Kipper Nichols. And then as he went out of bounds, he gets it into Lamar Stevens, who runs the point. Now Brockington, as he caught the ball, he traveled as he tried to drive to the basket.
Yeah, right there, Brockington. That's just a case of him crossing over before he caught the ball and was able to get his foot down. So a bit of a travel there on that catch there. But, you know, an aggressive play right there by Lamar Stevens there, pushing the ball up the court, getting it to your slasher, and Brockington just couldn't execute it.
Penn State's second turnover of the ball game, as now Frazier, left elbow, drives on Brockington, off the glass, in and out, but he brings back down the rebound. Griffin now out with it as the shot clock resets to 20 seconds. The Illini will reset their offense with Feliz now at the top of the key. Drives left here to the left wing, immediately blocked back out. Good double teams here by the Nittany Lions, but Bashanishvili gets the ball, and then it's rejected by Lamar Stevens as Penn State brings it out now with 14 to go in the first half. Jones Jr. fakes left, pulls up from three. It's an air ball, and it's brought down by Feliz, who looks to go fast here for Illinois. Griffin now pulls up from three, knocks it down, and the Illini with their first three of the ball game. They have their first lead as well. It's 11-9. Isaiah Brockington now to Miles Dredd, top of the key, back to Brockington, who drives left here on Griffin. Pulls up from about 10 feet out, and silky smooth jump shot there as Brockington's got 3 points early.
Yeah, if Brockington can start to make that mid-range jump shot consistently, that'll open up the rest of his offensive game. He's so lethal getting to the basket, just a little inconsistent as a shooter.
Frazier now to his left, trying to get around Brockington. And from the left elbow, pulls up. Now Feliz with it. 10 to go in the shot clock here for the Illini. Feliz picks up his dribble and tries to get it around Watkins. Finds Bashanishvili. Another shot that Bashanishvili is open, and he cannot connect on it as it went in and out. 11-11 still our score, 13 to go in the opening half. Jones Jr. through the circles as it's Lamar Stevens now. Miles Dredd off in front of the Illini bench. Fakes to his right, pulls up from three, and it's short, and it's brought down by Griffin. And now Feliz runs the point here for Illinois. Crosses over on Brockington as he drives to his right. Now left, takes it all the way to the basket as he hands it off to Kipper Nichols, and he lays it in. Great pass, as Will just mentioned there, from Frazier to Nichols. First assist of the ball game for the Illini there. Nichols is on the board as well for the first time this evening. Miles Dredd now for the Nittany Lions, who trail by 2 early in this first half, as Brockington off to Lamar Stevens here, left wing, drives to his right from the free throw line. He pulls up, and it's a hair long, and it's brought down by Frazier. Penn State's shooting percentage slowly dipping here as Feliz pulls up from the right wing, and the three ball rattles off, and it's brought down by Curtis Jones Jr. now, who brings it across the timeline for the Nittany Lions. Miles Dredd, open three from the top of the key, connects! Miles Dredd, his first made three of the ball game, and he's on the board for the first time this evening now. Puts Penn State back ahead by 1, 14-13. 11:47 to go. Next whistle will bring us to a stoppage as Frazier pulls up from about 20 feet out or so and connects on it to give the Illini the lead back again. Illinois playing well on the road here in the Bryce Jordan Center as the Nittany Lions have won 6 straight games in this series. Lamar Stevens now backing down on Frazier. Skip pass to the right wing. Brockington pulls up from 3. It's short, batted around by Watkins. What an effort by Stevens to try and go up for it. And then as he lost the ball, it went out of bounds. He wanted a foul called. The referee just going to say that it was out of bounds on Stevens. and the senior not happy with the call, but that's going to send us to a break as the fans here irate with the referee after that decision. Our score, Illinois 15, Penn State 14 with 11:20 to go in the opening half. This is Com Radio's coverage of Penn State men's basketball.